Hello folks, this is Andy White down here at Bobby Ledbetter's Twin City in Fort Payne, Alabama. I want to invite everybody to come out to our new location. We're at 1411 Glen Boulevard, right where you turn to go on Airport Road. We've got plenty of inventory for you to choose from. I got cars, trucks, vans, sport utility vehicles of any make and model. Come down here and visit us. Let us see what we can do for you. If you got some slow credit, I've got some banks that'll take care of that. We've got great financing, got a great selection of cars. Y'all come down here and see us.
Don't take the first deal that comes along when you can do better at BobbyLedbetter.com and Twin City Used Car Sales, located at 1411 Glen Boulevard in South Fort Payne.
Hello and welcome to the Robbie Coker Show. I'm David Holt and this is none other than Robert Coker.
That's right.
That's what he called you last night.
You know.
Is that the real name?
That is my God-given name, so.
Oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. It's not Robbie, it's Robert.
Robert Coker. My dad, my granddad was Robert, so little Rob's Robert. I mean, it's a
family
tradition.
name.
It's a family tradition, you know.
That's neat.
I think that's what Hank Williams was talking about.
Did Melissa just go along with that, or did you have to convince her?
No, she was great about that. I mean, no, there was no convincing. She get to name the girl. First boy had to be Robert. You know, if we ever had another one, we'd name the next one after her father probably. But we knew we was gonna name our first boy Robert. He might have been in the prenup, so she was very good with that. I
didn't know you had that much money for a prenup, but hey, you know, no telling what you're gonna learn on the Robbie Coker Show.
Well, you know, it wasn't about money; it was about time, and, you know, hobbies. And, you got to manage your time correctly, David.
I understand.
Priorities.
I understand that. We're going to be talking about basketball. Since we came on last, we've had several big games. We want to start with the area. Is it the finish when we played?
It was. Last Tuesday we played Sylvania. It seems like it's been 2 months ago. It's crazy how time flies. It's been a crazy 7 days for the Bears. Came out strong, played really well. Thought our pressure was really good. Obviously, those area games are big. You want to host that area tournament at the end of the year. Everybody's 0-0 when the area starts, but you want to play it on your court. And by beating Sylvania, we're 3-0 in the area. You know, give us a leg up going forward in area play. We'll kick that back up again in January.
You got to finish.
Got to finish. You know, you got 3 more of them. We play everybody again. So just a good overall team win. We don't have the stats, and I feel bad. I don't want to mention anybody. I don't really remember anybody standing out. I just remember we played very solid as a team. Everybody played well, and our pressure really bothered them.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Since we recorded last, we've had several big games. You guys not only played Sylvania at home to finish up the area, first leg of the area, traveled down to Anniston to play Sacred Heart. Now, that was a game.
What a game, man. It's you know, people when people look at my schedule, they say, Coach, I mean, you know, you crazy? But we wanted to get out. We wanted to play a lot of good basketball teams. I wanted to put our guys in hard environments.
That was a hard environment.
Hard environment.
Let me ask you a question. Is that really a regulation court?
It is. The court's great. The court's not the problem. The problem starts outside the lines, you know. And the dressing room's good. You know, it's a church gym. It's a small school. Mm-hmm. You know, it's been a basketball power now. I think they've won 3 straight state championships. Yeah. Got a couple kids playing Division I basketball, and then Deontay Wood going to Alabama.
Hey, he was good.
His first game back, he goes for 40 on us. You know, I had a buddy who called me, kid. He said, "Boy, you played that Roy Williams defense." I said, "What's that?" He said, "You just got to outscore them. You know, don't worry about stopping them. Just outscore them." And
yeah,
we really got in the flow offensively. You know, it was a big time game. It really was. For you guys that don't know, it's a church gym they've cut a wall out of. and got about, I don't know, it's 250, 300 people.
Maybe,
You know,
maybe 250
supposed
people.
to hold 250, we probably had 350, 400 there. Just a great environment.
Actually, it's really true. There was standing room only
Oh,
around, and on 3 sides of the gym, of the court rather, there's a space about this wide, maybe.
Yeah, and they've got theater seats,
Yeah.
on the wall. So it's a great environment. Someone told me, I don't know if it's true or not, that they hadn't lost a game in 5 years. Just a very tight atmosphere.
Yeah.
People, everybody's around each other. The fans sit together, which I'm sure wasn't very conducive for the.
For the most part, it was
it
pretty
was
good.
good,
But
yeah.
you were wedged in where your knees were around the person in front of you, so you just put your arms up on the person behind you. That's how it worked.
I mean, it was a very, very good basketball atmosphere for sure. They ran us out of the gym early.
Yeah.
Their athleticism. We looked stunned, to be honest with you. I think they jumped on us 18-7 or
Yeah.
20-8 or so. I know it was double figures there. They really jumped out on us, playing really well, whipping that ball around, shooting layups. I mean, they really pressured us, put pressure on our rim, and had us on our heels. I thought our guys did a good job of digging in and not getting flustered or not losing their confidence.
Yeah.
Once we caught up to the speed of the game, no offense to Sylvania, but they're different speeds,
Yeah.
and it took us some time to get used to the speed of the game. Once we get used to the speed of the game, really from about the 4-minute mark of the first quarter on, we really took advantage of the game. Made a couple threes, got back into the game, ended up taking a 1-point lead into half, which I thought was big for us to I just want to get back in the game. If we'd been down 4, I'd been tickled to death. But to be able to take the lead and kind of settle in, they had to call a couple times because of our pressure. I really thought the speed of the game, the tempo, we call it tempo, we gave up a lot of layups, but we were continuing to push it down their throat. Even though we missed early, we continued to get that tempo where we needed to be. And then in the third quarter, we really seized control of the game. I think we got up 7 or 8 points.
Yeah.
Got in foul trouble. Their athleticism, we have to grab sometimes. They get by us. Cade, Clay, Bailey all had 4 fouls.
Yeah.
We had some guys come off the bench and play some great quality minutes. Tucker gave us 3 or 4 good minutes there. Dane Heyman played, I think about 8 straight minutes.
Yeah. Did a good job. Off
We
the
had,
bench.
we had a lot of guys, kind of brother-in-law. We had some lineups out there we're not used to playing. We just kind of had to figure it out on the fly. But our ability to create shot opportunities, and then our ability to knock down shots was the difference in the game. They got back in control of the game. What's crazy was as we played, we were up 5. I think Caden made that 3 to put us up 5 going into the 4th. Deontay Wood rose up and made them 2 hard threes, if you remember.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 6'5", 195 pounds, super athletic.
Yeah.
Here he is, he makes 2 threes off the bounce, including get that crazy roll, Bailey Deuce looked at me like, Coach, pat him on the butt, tell him great shot. There ain't nothing you can do,
Yeah.
They go up 4. They flipped the momentum again, and then our kids really responded. That's the kind of moments that is the reason we play these games. You don't want to get in postseason basketball and not be in these kind of moments. And I thought our guys, I think they went up 72-68 on that 3, and then our guys made 7 straight threes. What can you say? And the reason we made the 7 threes, I tell people all the time, I stole this quote from Steve Kerr. Great shooting teams don't have great shooters. Great shooting teams have great passers.
Yeah.
And we continue to share the ball, make the extra pass. On 7 of those threes, 6 of them, there was nobody within 8 feet of us. We whipped that ball around, we pushed the ball. Bailey knocked down a 2, couple in the corner, standing in my mind. Gingy hit a couple. Caden hit 1, Kobe hit 1, Jeff. We spread the wealth. I think it was 3 different guys hit those 7 threes. Just really put on a clinic of offensive transition basketball. It was fun to watch.
It was fun.
I'd love to tell you I was coaching it, but I was literally over watching too. Them guys were just hooping, man. And as a coach, there's nothing more free. The freedom you have when you trust your guys in those situations, and you're not worried about creating opportunities. We just, our guys, man, it was. What a win. What a win.
It was a great win. And one thing, I guess, as a fan watching the first quarter or so, it was a little bit, I don't want to say shell shocked, but it was like getting used to the flow.
Oh,
And our threes were not falling like we typically do. But boy, once they got in the swing, it just seemed like every time they threw it up, it was going in.
You know, it's easy to continue to shoot when you're making them. When you start off 0 for 7, 0 for 5, 0 for 9, you know, do you have the guts and the courage and really the trust, confidence in your ability to keep shooting them? You know, and this team fortunately has that. They've put in the work in the summer and the off season. They've seen that ball go through that hole, and we don't back down from that shot. Even you know, the most I'll scream at a kid on the offense usually is if I see him turn one down because he's missed 2 or 3. You know, we've got to take the way we play. You have to take that good shot. If we get a good shot, you've got to take it.
Yeah.
And we, for the most part, we do that.
Well, after Sacred Heart, we traveled to Jacksonville State University and played in a tournament.
Channel 24 Challenge. Mickey Shedricks does that. It's a phenomenal event. The snow got them this year, you know.
Yeah.
Jackson had to back their game up. You know, we take Friday off. The guys are probably thankful. You know, it makes me paranoid. You know, I hate. Not that we're going to do a lot, you know, but we're going to watch Sacred Heart tape. We're going to get over that big emotional win.
Yeah.
We're going to turn our attention to Talladega. We're going to walk through some actions, you know, get a couple shots up, you know, get to moving around. And of course, I'm sure they were out playing in the snow as much as I want to think that they were drinking Gatorade,
Sitting
eating
at
protein
home
bars.
watching YouTube.
Yeah, you know, eating 3 square meals and reading their Bible. I'm sure they were out in the snow playing, you know. So, but anyways, so we took Friday off, and then they canceled ACT, as you're well aware of, and so they backed the games up. We had to wait and see if the weather was going to clear up so we could drive. You know, just so many things away from basketball. I spent more time on the phone Thursday talking to coaches in those areas and who were playing and other people down there. It was chaos. People trying to figure out, you know, had to talk to Dr. Barnett. You know, we're going to be able to go. You know, how do you feel about, you know, just so many things away from basketball that sometimes is frustrating as a coach. But we get down there and we play a Talladega team that's ranked 8th in 5A, had 1 loss. Super athletic, you know. On tape, you know, one of the gifts that Coach Kendi gave me working for him for 5 years at Ole Miss, I was always a game ahead. You know, I had to have the other, you know, if we played in the SEC on Wednesday and Saturday, I had to have the Saturday scout done by Wednesday night. You know, we was going to start it that night. So I was always a game ahead, and early on it was confusing, you know, but once you get used to it, you're used to it. So it helps me on these Thursday, Saturday swings that, you know, I'm going ahead and watch Talladega too. So you know, I'd broken down Talladega and Sacred Heart, and on film I thought that Talladega was more athletic than Sacred Heart. And then once I saw Sacred Heart in person, I was like, oh my gosh, if that's the case, are we, you know, all these guys are excited about Sacred Heart. They've got no idea what we're about to be exposed to. And I do think Talladega is the fastest, quickest team. Now, they didn't have the size and length of Sacred Heart. They weren't as physical and strong. But those guards now are super fast, you know. Both of those guys played in the Final Four last year. They got another guard that played on the bench. They lost. They had 2 really good post players last year, 6'5", 6'6" guys that they lost. They're trying to figure out how to play with 5 guards. But their 3 guards are super fast. And I think you saw that in the game Saturday when we couldn't trap them. A lot of it, I think, was our approach a little bit. We might have still been a little, I'm not saying tired, that's a bad word, but
they were recovering from Friday's activities.
It's blaming us on the snow. And Talladega, you know, they got snowed out too Friday night. You know, but they were so fast. You know, we did our defense looked as bad as it's looked in 2 years. You know, they just threw it in layups, and you look up and we're down 13 at the half in that game, you know. And Chucky, you know, he's won 500, 600 games, a couple state titles, was at the game at Sacred Heart. And he saw us make 19-3, so I told our guys, you know, they love to play some zone, but you just watch us make 19-3, surely you're going to play us man. And he come out there in that wide 2-3 and really did a good job of making us almost hesitant. You know, it slowed it. They're so long and they're so fast. We throw that skill pass, you know, boom, they're there. You know, it really took us, you know, a half, you know, to figure out their defense. They did a great job of slowing us down and making us make, you know, 10 or 12 passes on offense. And we got some open threes, and, you know, we had 3 or 4 rim outs. If they go in, we're not even having this conversation probably. But they did a great job of using that zone to slow us down and make us feel uncomfortable. And really took it to us. And I think, you know, it was a 13-point game at the half, and I, you know, maybe 11, whatever it was. And I felt fortunate. You know, I felt like it could have been 20. I mean, really took it to us for a half. We made some adjustments at the half. We talked about some some actions to maybe get a couple of easy buckets close, get some layups. Goes back to the chicken before the egg we've talked about on the show before. We're really good in transition. If we don't make baskets, we can't set our press up. We don't set our press up, we can't make them play fast. You know, it's kind of a catch-22 for us. Made some baskets, got the press set up, got it going our speed, and then I think we scored 33 points again in the third quarter. Come out again, had that monster third quarter that this team's become accustomed to. And really took control of the game quicker than I thought. Once again, want to get back in the game, get it to single digits, get it to 4, going in the fourth quarter, figure out a way to win the game. You look up, we're up 5 going in the fourth quarter, So I guess I've got too low expectations for this group a little bit in the third quarter. But
well, and one thing I do want to mention, and you hit on it just a minute ago before we came on the show, you talk about how smart these guys are. They're just very intelligent. They're a good group of kids who are very competitive, but they're also very intelligent.
We've got a lot of non-athletic factors coming to play in this group. We're unselfish, we're intelligent, we're competitive. I guess that's an athletic factor, but we're dependable. We're hard workers. There's a lot of things outside, the realm of the game that makes us good during the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You hear people talk about all the time. If you handle the character off the court, on the court, you don't have any issues. This group of parents have done a great job raising these kids. I think our school, our principals, our teachers, everybody I hope everybody, takes pride. I'd say it takes a village to raise a child. I hope everybody takes credit and appreciates the young men we have representing Plainview basketball, because they do a phenomenal job of doing things the right way and just I'm proud to be a part of them.
That's evident when you have the support when you travel. I mean, we've been at Sacred Heart, you've been at Jacksonville, you've been, last night we were at Oxford.
I call it the Calhoun County tour, What a poor job of scheduling, what a dumb basketball coach we have,
3 away games, a long way away.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, but you know what? There's always a Krispy Kreme somewhere.
That's true. Krispy Kreme and Chick-fil-A's, not that, our guys at Fort Payne Chick-fil-A's been good to us. I'm not trying to take away their business, but used to, you always want to travel to get Chick-fil-A.
That's true.
So
we just need a Krispy Kreme in Fort Payne. We'll be good.
That's right. So I really, you're right. So I looked up Sacred Heart, and I'm going to call a couple of Plainview guys, and if I don't say your name, it's probably because you were sitting in the stands, you got there early, but I look and you got Scott Kurt, and he's in his work clothes.
Yeah.
He gets off work, he closes the bank, and he drives to Sacred Heart to watch his team play, A guy that played here at Plainview, involved in our community. His girls graduated. He's got nothing in the game. He comes in and watches our teams play.
And had a carload with him.
Yeah, had a carload with him. Yeah, Keith Williams, I seen him down there standing. Coach played here, coached here, been really good to me, and the guy I've always looked up to and enjoyed his conversation. And you look up and he's at our game at Sacred. He's got no skin in the game personally. And I do think it's because they enjoy the way this team plays. They enjoy the way this team competes. It's really fun times to be at Plainview right now.
It is fun. So let's talk about the Oxford game last night. That's 2 completely opposite gyms from Sacred Heart to Oxford.
Oxford may have the nicest on-campus facility in the state.
I'm telling
Mount
you.
Brooks is nice, Hoover, Spain, everybody's got nice gyms, but Oxford's, I've known Coach Davis a long time, and I was at Jack State. We'd go down there. It's like a cathedral. It's just gorgeous. It's always immaculate. They keep it clean. It's got that, it's 2-tiered, but then it's got the track around it that completes it. It's got that concession stand area where you can look over. We've talked about putting windows up there at the Civic Center. People have talked about that in the past. It's just a gorgeous high school facility.
Yeah.
It is. It's immaculate. It's well painted. The dressing rooms are nice. The boys and girls have separate dressing rooms for their visitors. Oh, tons of stuff. I mean, it is an immaculate facility. You're right. It is totally different than Sacred Heart.
But our crowd, again, is over on the other side, well represented, as many as Oxford has.
No question. I look, during the girls' game we had more. I feel sorry for those people at Oxford that don't go out and watch those basketball games, because they've got a very good basketball team and very competitive.
Yeah.
Every time we play them, we're going to get dunked on, I guess. 23 Mac got us again last night. I mean, I just can't imagine being in that area and not going there and watching them play basketball in that facility. It's amazing
one of the administrators were telling, safe travels, appreciate you coming.
Good people,
They're really
Joel
nice.
Joel and I lived together at Jack State. He was an assistant at Jack State when I was a manager. They're Coach Davidson, the guy the floor's named after now, the AD, has Sand Mountain ties, got some family, DNF poetry, Davidson and how about that? My boy Fortenberry, don't get mad, but they bought a bunch of it. But those people, there's Skirham people named Davidson. He's got Sand Mountain ties. Just first class people, man. Very clean atmosphere, very well ran program. Can't say enough positive things about the way they conduct their business. And then what a basketball game. I thought may have been as good a game as we played all season. I know it's a mouthful. I know we played some quality opponents, but just the way the game turned out, I thought, and Coach Van Meter was very candid with me after the game. I wonder what his opinion. We'll talk to this morning, I'm sure, after the game. I thought they played as well as they could play in the first half. Hit us in the mouth, made hard shots, 17-footers. I mean, shots that, we wanted to make them take. They were knocking down, The guys were looking at, a lot of times you lose, as a team, you're like, dang, Coach, you told me that's a shot we want him taking, he makes it. Well, I mean, they're good basketball players. You guys make shots that, hard shots too, I just thought they played really well. Once again, it's a slugfest. It's I don't know, they get up 7. We get up 4, they get up 6, just a back and forth game, fist fight of a game, and you look up, we're up 1 at the half, Cooper got in foul trouble, hurt our rotation some. He's been unbelievable for us the last 2 weeks. He's back. Really, me and him's had some great conversations the last 2 weeks. He is back and playing it like he did as a sophomore, heavy minutes. Really takes this team to the next level. If you'd have told me last year that this team could have went to the state championship game without Clay Cooper playing heavy minutes, I told you it's crazy, Now looking back, I think if Clay Cooper had been 100% healthy, we might have won a state championship, It's been unbelievable. He's back, takes us to the next level. Plays so many different positions. He plays the 1 through the 5, knows the plays from every position, offensively and defensively. Just got that swag about him. Really, really good to have him back. Playing the way he needs to play for this team to be successful. He gets in foul trouble. I say all that to say he gets in foul trouble. Usually it's Bailey gets in foul trouble. Cooper got in foul trouble. We play some different lineups. Bailey Dukes makes them 2 threes in the second quarter. We kind of push that, get a control of the game, and then we come out in the third quarter and 2 years ago and last year, third quarter was kind of our Achilles heel, and then now this year it's been our strength. We come back and have that great third quarter. Kobe gets going, hits a couple threes, get us going. You look up, and we took control of the game, and people don't understand how fine a line it is. It's a 4-point game. We've got the ball with about 12 seconds left in the third. 4-point game. Great game, great high school game. We get Caden an open 3. We go up 7. Boom. We get the ball back to start the fourth. We run some action, penetrating pitch, Cooper 3. Man, we're up 10. I mean, just like that. I mean, such a fine line. People think you beat somebody 10 points, golly, it's a blowout. I mean, such a fine line with that 3 ball. You go from up 4 to up 10. The whole game changes. They get a little. They look up there, now they're down 10. They play with a different sense of urgency. They get to press a little bit. They turn it over. Did a great job of maintaining that 10-point lead. I think with 90 seconds left, we're up 10. And then we kind of did as bad a job of handling their pressure in the situation as we've done all year. Going to be a teaching moment today. It's good to learn. Hopefully, we can learn in a win. Sometimes you have to lose to learn.
We don't want to go there.
No, we don't want to go there. But we're up 70-60. And we win 74-70 maybe. That's right, ain't it? Was it?
It's somewhere in that
3 at the buzzer, but still, we just did a bad job of, and they're long and athletic, and we're trying to hold the ball, and the referees are trying to let the clock run. They're going to call the fouls that are obvious, but they're also going, and they get by with a couple reach-ins maybe, but we didn't do a good job of handling the last 90 seconds. We almost relaxed maybe a little bit, or coach, this one's over, whatever.
Well, and the fouls were a little different. They were trying to foul us, so we would have to start shooting. It was like 6, 7 fouls to 1.
Sure.
So that makes a little bit of a difference.
And they know they've got a foul. They know you're holding the ball. So when you're inbound, they're playing crazy pressure, knowing you're not trying to score. You're just trying to run the clock. So obviously, it plays in their favor a little bit. But we didn't do a very good job handling it. And we've got to learn from that today.
Well, we got about 3 minutes. We
Sure.
want to talk about coming up this week. Friday night, we play host to Cherokee County.
Big win last night, according to, I hadn't talked to anybody down there, but I think they beat Fort Payne in overtime, scored 103. So obviously a good Cherokee County team.
They're going to be coming to the Coliseum on Friday night. And then next week starts the big tournament.
How do you forget Saturday at Cordova?
Well, I'm sorry. I had a senior moment. Please forgive me there.
Gray hair showing, Dave.
Saturday's a bigger game.
Cordova's unbelievable. Going to be traveling again. Hard environment. They've got one loss to 7A Huffman, who's number 2 in the state, by about 6 or 8 points. They've got 2 phenomenal players. They had a shooter go for 6'5" shooter. Willingham kid go for 50. Other than that, on Monday night, he's not their best player on paper. Isaac Chapman's been ranked top 150 in some scouting services. We got several Division I offers, so another big time road challenge for the Bears ahead on Saturday. Then you get into
the
traditional
Sand Mountain
tournament being held at Crossville. Brackets, I'm sure, are going to be on Mountain. It's going to be in the newspaper. They are in the newspaper.
Yeah.
Mountain Valley News
doing
their job. And I'm sure they're going to be on your website. I've tweeted them out. The games are going to be at Crossville. I don't know Heather's schedule. You're going to have to get her. She's going to have to cover her own.
Yeah.
We're going to play, if we take care of business and win as you advance, it's going to be Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Mm-hmm. And I think the girls may be Monday, Thursday, Friday.
I think that's right.
So all the semifinals are on Thursday, all the finals are on Friday. At Crossville, in their new gym. It's a shame. I told John, if you're going to play it down there, play it in the old gym, man. Let's go. That's the mecca. If you're going to do it, let's do it right. Let's play in the old gym. It's going to be 200 degrees. And
I've been in
to the
that
pass
gym
is
several
going to be
times.
creaking. But now we're going to play in the new gym down there. They want to host down there, their new gym. So 3 road games.
Yeah.
Great for us.
Well, and let me ask this question.
Sure.
You've got a team going, and they're going well. How do you keep the momentum?
Man, I don't believe in that. I tell my guys all the time, and another saying I got from Andy Kennedy, players play, man. At the end of the day, don't give me that you're tired or you're hungry or you're full or you're sick. When that thing's tipped, players play.
Yeah.
And for the last 2.5 years, this group has answered that call. We've not had many bad nights out. And we've lost some games. You're going to lose games. Don't get me too mean. Sometimes you play and get beat. Everybody wants to look at you. Sometimes the other team wins the game. You have to give them credit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, players play.
Yeah.
I don't care. Watch us in warm-ups. If it'll make I've told you about it. It'll make you sick if you look down there long enough.
I walked in last night at warm-up, so
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
But as long as they're ready to play, watch out. Do what you got to do to get ready to play. Some of you guys need to stretch a lot. Some of you guys don't stretch. Some of you guys need to eat steak, potato, potatoes. Some of you guys need to eat hot wings. I don't care. When that thing's tipped up, be ready
Time
to
to
go.
play.
That's right. And for the most part, this group's, I give them the freedom. I guess that's being a player's coach.
Yeah.
As long as they give me their energy and their passion and their toughness, I'm gonna let them handle things like men. And they've been very good so far.
Great basketball coming up Friday night. Cherokee County comes
Home.
to town.
In Phillips Civic. There are not many dates left in that Civic Center. Look at the schedule now. I'm telling you, enjoy, come out, watch this team play. And then Saturday, I know it's a long travel, man, but it's going to be a heck of a basketball game. Coach Burns does a phenomenal job. They've been the state final four the last 3 years. This group are all seniors. They got 2 guys that's going to play college basketball, if not more.
Yeah.
Both of those guys will be all state in 4A. It's going to be a great, great basketball game.
And
we're going through Birmingham. Eat it out back. Come on, man. We're going through Fultondale.
He's fussing at me because I've got to do the ACT that day. But hey, we're leaving after the game, right?
Oh yeah. As soon as ACT's over, boom, we're out of there.
You've been watching the Robbie Coker Show. Hope you'll join us next time. Until then, bye-bye.
First Southern State Bank in Rainsville, we excel within the walls of our bank and outside these walls too. We're actively working with area schools to improve classrooms and supporting area student athletes on fields and courts. We work and worship at most churches in the Rainsville community. We also work to enhance the lives of area seniors, thanking them for a lifetime of contributions. We're the bankers and corporate citizens at First Southern State Bank. True community banking.